who's going to win this game and why.
I wish I was playing right now. Yo, I gotta say this. Football is better when the Cowboys is good and the Eagles is good. There's just something about it. And them Niners.
No doubt.
Now, we need the Steelers to be good. But overall, I mean, it's a great game. And then the best part about it is everything that's at stake right now.
Yeah.
Right? We talk about playoff seedings, right? Number one seed, the division leaders, like all these type of things. We got to win this game. It's a big game, Acho.
It's huge.
We need our stars to play great.
Yeah.
We need our Jalen Hurts to play like Jalen Hurts.
Talk about it.
A.J. Brown to be A.J. Brown.
Talk about it.
We need Devontae Smith to be him.
He has no choice.
On defense, Hassan Reddick, I need you, baby.
The magic number for the Philadelphia Eagles is not 2-5 this game. The magic number is 20 because 20 carries is what you want to see from DeAndre Swift. You believe that 20, not necessarily 2-5, the number that no Eagles player will ever wear again because of you. 20 is the magic number for the Eagles this game. 20 carries for DeAndre Swift, the Eagles win.
My bad, I was thinking about that 25. I think for us to win this game, first of all, when he gets 10 carries or more, we are like undefeated.
Yep.
Right? So now, in a game like this, where you have an amazing pass rush with the Cowboys. You got Michael Parsons, who's a hell of a player. It's hard to stop him.
Sure.
How do you stop him? No, not you, because you can't stop him. How do you slow him down?
True.
You run the ball at him. Don't run away from him. Don't run the ball at him or go give some screens. Let's do that. Slow him down a little bit. And then to talk about the matchups.
Yeah.
The Cowboys, they love to play one-on-one, man-on-man.
True.
They got some corners. They feel like they like that.
Yeah.
Cool. You feel like you like that? We are too. And the way that Howie Roseman built this offense, built this team, we got the linemen to protect Jalen Hurts. We got a quarterback to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And we got wide receivers that can make plays.
Yeah.
One-on-one, that's what you want.
What it comes down to. Joy, this is one of the biggest games in sports, I will say. Not just in the NFL, in sports.
It's a big
Cowboys
game.
are very,
It's a big
very
game.
good. Eagles are very, very good. But Shady, he illuminated my mind to the fact of there's a lot at stake, y'all. The first time they played, there wasn't that much at stake. Now the NFC East lead is at stake. Potentially the route to the Super Bowl. Will it go through Dallas? Will it go through I-95? The route to the Super Bowl is also at stake. Joy, who wins and why?
I'm going with the Eagles.
Okay.
The why is it matters more to them at this point. They've done more throughout the season at this point to be in control of the NFC and in control of the division.
Yep.
Dallas, if they lose this game, they win a couple more. They're going to be in essentially the same position that they are now going into the postseason. They've lived in this reality of where they are pretty much all season long, which is not a bad reality to be. It's a for sure spot in the postseason, which is step one in any journey to the Super Bowl, is making it to the dance in the first place. So I think this game just means more to the Eagles. Obviously, if they lose, they're not out of the playoffs, but you've been in control of the NFC for the whole season. You've been in control of the division. It's so crazy how week to week stuff can change. Now all of a sudden it's up again. So it means more to the Eagles. It's very important. Obviously, again, we're not harping on this, but we can all tell that Jalen is not 100%.
True.
It would be nice for them to be able to relax a little bit down the stretch. If you get this game, you win the season series against Dallas, you're in a position to keep the top of the NFC and to keep control of the division. It's just a more important game to me, to the Eagles, because of all the circumstances that are going on. Why I think they win is partly that, but also I went back and watched the first matchup.
Did you?
We're gonna get into it a little bit, but I think we maybe overreacted just a little bit to the disparity in the quarterback play throughout the game. Because really what it came down to was one play. Dak Prescott stepped out of bounds.
Yeah. Brandon Graham.
Size 13.
Dak Prescott steps out of bounds.
Brandon Graham.
He doesn't step out of bounds. They're 3 points away. At the end of the game, they kick a field goal, they go to overtime. Maybe we're having a completely different conversation at this point. So we say all this about the MVP performances and outplaying each other, and why do we have so much faith in Jalen Hurts? It's a game of inches.
That's true.
That moment could have shifted the entire season. We could all be having a different conversation about the Dallas Cowboys, about the Eagles right now going into this game, just because of that. And obviously there's plays you make throughout the game, but it really comes down to moments, especially when you're talking about two great teams matching up.
I love football. I love football because this is going to be good. I mean, you got a dude over there in Jalen Hurts that all he does is win.
Yeah.
You got a dude in Dak Prescott right now who is on fire. Now, I'm a coachable person, right? And yesterday, we were talking on the show, and Shady said, when they won the Super Bowl, it was just a swag and confidence. When you got off the bus, they knew it was showtime. Dudes didn't stand no chance, right? I felt the same way when we won the Super Bowl, getting off the bus. I'm like, man, the mojo that we got right now, how we rolling, we can't be stopped. We don't care who it is. Better record, it don't matter. Y'all in trouble. That's what the Dallas Cowboys are right now. That's why, for me, Dallas Cowboys win this game, and they win this game because they are the hottest football team right now. They are playing better football than the Eagles right now. Do the Eagles got star power? Absolutely. Will I be surprised if the Eagles found a way to win? Absolutely not. But the Cowboys is playing such good football right now on both sides of the football, and the Eagles are not. I will be truly surprised if they find a way to get this one done in Dallas, to where you have won 14 in a row. The Dallas Cowboys have a MVP level quarterback playing right now in Dallas. They are just on fire. They are playing extremely well on both sides of the ball. The Philadelphia Eagles are trying to find their way. They have not been consistent this football season on the football field. I like Dallas in this one. And the reason why is they just an extremely hot football team playing well right now.
You would be surprised if the Eagles won this game?
I would. By the way they've been playing this season and the way the Dallas Cowboys is rolling right now, I'll be surprised.
The Cowboys are one of 5 teams this season without a win over a current playoff team.
I'm with you.
They gave up 70 points in their 2 games against the Niners and the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
They're second most in penalties in the NFL.
You're all that. But they rolling right now.
Yo, when they played the Seahawks, was you surprised about that score? How that game went? Was you surprised about that?
Yeah, I was surprised that
thought
the
they was
defense
gonna
gave
beat
up
up on
all
them,
them
right?
points. I didn't know. No, I remember I said on TV it was going to be a close game, but I didn't think the defense was going to give up that many points.
Why do you think it's been a close game? You thought the Seahawks was a good team?
Well, I think the Seahawks got a bunch of good players. The Seahawks is not just some slouches. The Seahawks got some good players.
They got hard.
Well, I'm interested, though, because let's talk about how much pressure is in this matchup. Shady, I don't know if you recall 2014. We went 10-6. We missed the playoffs. We had to play the Cowboys, and really a must-win game. We played the Cowboys. We beat them on Thanksgiving. Then we played the Seahawks. Then we played the Cowboys again. We had to beat the Seahawks, and we had to beat the Cowboys to make it to the playoffs for sure. Yeah. If you win one of them, you might make it. We lost both of them. That was that game where the infamous picture, Des Bryant, Malcolm Jenkins, before the game, they chirping at each other because we all knew how much was at stake.
Yeah.
There's a lot at stake in this one. Shade, you've played in a lot of these games before. What's the mentality of the Eagles players knowing it's not a must-win, but it's a must-win?
And that's part of it, the must-win part, right? For all the playoff applications and all that.
Yep.
For that. But it's more of like, not even bragging rights, but pride, right? The Cowboys, and it's not like we hate each other, because even playing with Dez, I was cool with Dez, right?
Yeah.
But it's that pride, though. Like, y'all in our division? Y'all talking like y'all the team? Everybody on TV's talking about Dak Prescott?
Right.
We got Jalen Hurts right here. Y'all forgot about who he was?
Yeah, that's
so
good.
all them things matter. And you don't really, like, understand a rivalry till you actually in a rivalry. You don't really know, like, a real fight.
What you mean? What you mean?
Until you in a real fight.
What you mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Break that down,
It's like when you get there, like it's easy and obvious that we hate Cowboy fans.
Yeah.
Cowboy fans hate Eagles. There's just something about it. So then when you get into this rivalry, because we probably heard about on TV, the Eagles, but when you really start playing, and you're going to see all the, after the play, all the pushing and shoving and big words being said and flags and all that, because it means it's a pride thing. Like, and when you have 2 great teams right now that's playing at elite level, because normally it might be Eagles are better or Cowboys are better.
No.
It's right here in the middle.
Yep.
Right? And the last 2 years it's been like that.
Yep.
So now it's like the bragging rights, the pride. Like, nah, I'm going to show y'all. So every game in a division, especially when it's a rivalry and if both teams are good, it makes football great. And you're going to see a lot of, after the play hits, that little dirty play, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. Hey, my bad. I got the best.
That's part of the rivalry.
I miss the rivalries, man.
Joy, does the pendulum switch? And I know your answer, but I got to ask you anyway. James, I know your answer, and I can't wait to ask you after. Does the pendulum switch of dominance in the NFC East? Last year, you went into the season and we were like, oh, the Cowboys run the NFC East. Jalen Hurts was coming off a 9-win season. Cowboys still coming off a 12-win season, if I'm not mistaken. Jalen Hurts goes 9-7. They lose to the Bucs in the playoffs. It was ugly. We go into the season, oh, it's all about them Cowboys. Jalen Hurts, Cowboys, Jalen Hurts beats them. Jalen Hurts goes, I think, 14-1 as a starter. Then this season, Eagles continue to dominate. But now the pendulum switches a little bit. Cowboys barely lost that game to the Eagles. Cowboys look really good right now. Eagles don't look as good as we expect them to see. If the Cowboys win, does the pendulum of power, does the power dynamic in the NFC, does it turn over at least for a week, 2 weeks, the rest of the season? Like,
I mean, if they end up winning the division, yeah. If they win this game and then they lose, they don't win the division, then no. It means It means nothing.
Does it in your mind, in the sense of...
But what does that mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's results. Like, I can feel how I want to feel about power rankings, and we can feel somebody is playing better than someone else is playing, and someone outplayed someone else or whatever. Like, all of those are feelings. This is a results-driven business. If the Cowboys win this game, which will be a huge game for them, it'll be by far their best win of the season, the statement win of the season so far, and it might end up being the statement win of the season in totality. If they don't end up winning the division, what difference does it make?
Does it make a difference of how you assess the teams? Meaning they could both be 14-3. Cowboys could lose the division even though they have the exact same record. Mm-hmm. James Jones, you just asked him the question of, wait, you think the Cowboys are going to win? Mm-hmm. Does it at least
I don't think that the Cowboys can't win this game. Of course they can win this game. They're playing at a very high level.
Does it change?
I'm saying how could you be surprised if they lost this game?
Not surprised. Let me clarify. I'm not asking a good enough question. Does it change how you would view who runs the NFC? I'm not talking about seeding, but like, who do you think is in control of the NFC? Does that change?
No, because the Niners beat both these teams down.
Where you stand on that? NFC East.
Well, I mean, NFC East. NFC East. You were in second place. Like, even if it's for 3 days, even if it's for a week, if you lose this football game on Sunday Night Football, as well as you have played and gutted out wins and all that and found yourself to 10 wins, you are sitting at second place. Not playing good football, got beat down by the Niners, and then you lose to the Cowboys, and you're sitting at second place. So everything that you have done this football season got you at second place right now. So absolutely it changes, and it changes in the Cowboys' favor because the Cowboys is one of the hottest teams in football right now. The Eagles are cooling off, and now you find yourself in second place. Yes, absolutely. And yes, you got to beat the Giants and all that to win the division, which you probably will. But for 1 week, you are in second place in this division. You cooling on that.
So for 1 week, that's dominance?
For the Cowboys?
I mean, I would hope the Cowboys have more pride than that. I would hope that they have more arrogance than to be, beating their chests about being in first place for 1 week.
But I mean, at the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen, though.
Sure, we don't know what's going to happen. But I'm saying, like, we got to wait to answer this question till the end of the season. Like, this is a week-to-week league for us, for fans, because we are up here talking. But both of these teams have bigger aspirations than this. They're looking to accomplish more than being able to say we run the NFC East. You don't run anything in the NFC East if you don't win the division. So yeah, this is part of getting that done, but it's just one step. So I can't imagine that the Cowboys, the players, the organization, the people in the building are walking around thinking, yeah, we run stuff. Y'all lost to them earlier this season. You're going to be in this position maybe for a few days, and that could shift again. So it's too much that they aspire to.
Not only that, though, the pressure goes way up. The pressure goes way up. If the Eagles lose this game, there's no room for error.
No,
there's no room for error, and you can't drop another game, and Jalen Hurts can't rest, none of that.
It is interesting for my mind is like the Cowboys players, if I were them, if we win this game, I'm looking at the Eagles like, oh, now they still leaking blood. And we good. Like if the Cowboys win this one, and don't let them win it by 10 or more, then they looking like, yo, the Eagles lost 42-19 to the Niners. Then we just whooped up on them. I'm like, oh, they leak. It's almost not an I hope we see them again, but it's almost one of like, oh, they leaking oil.
Don't the Cowboys have a lot of more work to do?
It would be the same.
What do you mean?
If they're both 10-3 after this, to some degree, they both kind of have to win out.
Right. So they're just going to walk out of this game assuming that the Eagles are not going to take care of business?
No. But to me, it's that like...
Because the Eagles have a way easier schedule than the Cowboys do down the stretch.
I would have so much more confidence if I played for the Cowboys if you win this game. When you beat the Eagles last year, it didn't count. It was Gardner Minshew. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when the Eagles beat y'all last year, it didn't count. It was Cooper Rush.
Right.
So if I'm Micah Parsons, then in the last 2 years, this season is the games that counted. Mm-hmm. That Cooper Rush game, that Gardner Minshew game, that don't count. These are the ones that count. If the Cowboys find a way to win, I just think they chest gonna stick out a little bit more.
I would hope that they have more perspective than that. Because it's one game and you got a lot of more work to do.
I don't know what counts or don't count. I know this. When we win this Sunday, my boy Slim gonna be in the building. Let's get it. He gonna be right here next to me. Let's go, baby. Bring this thing home. We beat him at home. We're going to beat him on the road. We're coming in Big D, Big Dallas, holding it down. Big matchups. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith.
Good.
We got Swift in the backfield. Jalen Hurts. We got our best.
It's going to be good.
We want to see Dallas got their best.
It's going to be.
Slim going to be here at his best.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.